Okay, so here we are. Welcome to this first episode of Apothecary. I'm super excited. As you can see, the first episode is going to be, well, the first stage of this series, and I'm really excited about it. It's going to be my Blood Angels. Now, these are all my infantry. Well, I've got some Assault Marines and Terminators, but these are all my bog standard Space Marines, as it were, for my Blood Angels army, which was pretty much the first Space Marine army I had. Actually, there's about 4 of them in darker reds here. 4 or 5 maybe. I had given to me free from my local hobby shop because I purchased so much stuff from them. Anyway, I painted them up. I thought Blood Angels. I knew they were red, and that was it. I had no clue as to, regiments and things, what the colours, the sides of the shoulder guards should be. I didn't know that different colours meant different, squads or whatever, what have you. I know what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they're painted just how I thought it looked best, and as I see the majority of them have silver on their squad markings or their shoulder guards, that's probably going to be what I stick with now. But what the Apothecary series is all about is giving some, TLC to an old army that's been bashed about a bit, knocked around and stuff. And I'm going to start, as you can see, with transfers, because not many of them have transfers on. I was never a fan of doing it. I couldn't get the hang of it. I'm a lot better now, at least I hope I am, than I used to be. And so what I intend to do for the first part, the first stage, is to give them all some decals on their shoulder guards at least. And that way I can then reassess what I'm going to do. The squad markings I'm probably going to consult. And I'm really not prepared for this. Well, I have an old codex here, which is what I'm going to look through for this. Things such as this. So you got first squad here, denoted by the skull, which they obviously put in there on the knee pads. Second squad, third squad, fourth squad, fifth squad, which is really cool. This is the kind of stuff I need. Heraldry of the host, you see. Yeah, so that's really cool. So it's got second company, has one yellow droplet on them, and they give you the yellows on these as standard. 6 company uses 2, and I don't really want to go 6. I'm okay with second. I'm just looking at the first would be cool as well. First company, Archangels. I don't know what. Oh, this is ordering the host. Right, okay. Right, I see. So these are kind of set things. That's okay. I'll come on to that later on. Flesh Terrors, that's an interesting side note. As a side note, I would like to do a Flesh Terrors army at some point as a separate thing. Yeah. So anyway, but yeah. So I'm going to leave that to one side for the time being. So the first thing we're going to be doing here is, and you can see what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing transfers now. I've been asked, in the past, do a tutorial on transfers, and I will get around to it. One of my other tutorials, it's kind of had I did a tutorial of painting as actually a Blood Angel Apothecary, the one that's kind of spawned this whole series. And although he's not finished, he's okay for now. I'm happy with him now, so I'll place him at the head there. So he's spotted because I kind of did a tutorial on it when I put the decal on for him there. So I'm just going to leave him there for now. And what I will do is I will start doing some decals. I'll speed it up, I think. Transfer montage, I don't know, what have you. First thing I need to do is ascertain how many of the Blood Angels markings I need. So ones that have them go at the back, and ones that don't can come at the front. I don't think there's going to be that many in the back row. I'll move him up here a bit. So the first thing that anyone needs to do with doing the decal is to prepare the area. Obviously make sure it's clean and free from oils and that kind of thing, on the surface. I've done a yellow one there. I don't know what that's all about, but I'll leave him there. Now the different shades and colours of their armour I'm cool with, because that just kind of fits in with Space Marines anyway. The fact that they've lost, that's why I put him there. They kind of lost the know-how how to recreate armour now and forge it and so on. So they use battered bits of anything they can get their hands on, basically. So ones that don't need a marking, I'll just leave in the back there. They've either got them on or they don't have the capacity for it. So I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 markings. Now 16 of these transfers, so that's no small order. But the first thing we need to do, going to coat them all in some hard coat. Yeah. And I'm going to use this brush here to do it, because it's splayed out quite a bit. It's kind of quite useful for this kind of thing. Looks like some of them already have been varnished. But not all. So this is the first thing to do. So we're just gonna, I'm not stripping them and starting again. I'm absolutely not doing that. So that's one thing I'm definitely not doing. Well, there may be the odd one here and there. I mean, they're battered from battle. I've probably had more games of Warhammer with these guys than any other. Don't know if I'll get a transfer on it, but I'll certainly try. And obviously, I'm not going to get you to sit through this in real time, which is why I said I'll speed it up, or I'll cut to, having done it. I'll show you a little bit of what I'm doing. And yeah, then we'll come back to it. So this is just the first part, really. Looks like I could put another lot on there. Just making sure it's on there, it's new, it's fresh. Yeah, that looks good. Now, some people like their armies, not many, I think. I think more older gamers prefer their armies shiny. Well, I don't mean older game. I mean old school gamers. So, yeah. Yeah, So what I'll do, so they are, well, I've put the shiny stuff, the hard coat on them. This one already had it on, so I'm going to use him as my example. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to, okay, so what I do is I select one I want, and I'm going to be using all of these. So what I will do is I will cut them all out. Now when you're cutting out decals or transfers, whatever you call them, you'll likely cut out one at a time, and what you need to do is cut as close to the symbol, icon, whatever it may be, as you can, because you want as little of it going on the model as possible. So this is the first stage. So what I will do is I will cut them down further, like so. I'll just concentrate on the one, and we'll see. Okay, so I'm just following it around these little wings here, because they don't like the shape of the shoulder pad all that much. You know, you could say they're not fans. The smaller you cut the excess off, the easier it is to manipulate on the shoulder guard itself. Now you can get things like decal soft and decal fix and that, and I'll just check. I don't think I've got anything here that I could show you. Ah, I have decal fix. Alright, so this is the matte varnish. This is basically, that's all it is. But you put it over, and it will help you make them more manageable. I find you don't really need it on these. Tweezers is another thing, otherwise you're going to lose it. And pick up your decal, place it on some tissue. Alright, so this is what you do, and I'll zoom out a bit now. So this is the model we're going to go for. Now you see the shininess. What I would like to do also, well, the first thing you do is, you see I'm going to, oops, watch you don't lose your decal. See, it's there. Start putting some water around it on the tissue paper. Folded tissue paper I find works best, and then just glob over it. Doesn't take long at all for it to start sliding off of the backing. It really does. It soaks it up quite quickly. And just saturate it somewhat. Yeah, it's starting to slide off now. Push the decal off the backing just slightly, enough for you to pick up your tweezers and hold it in the tweezers. Get some water, your model here, put some water over the already shiny surface. Alright. And slide, place your decal over it, slide it over roughly, and then just start moving it around with your brush, you get it more or less where you want it. Then with the piece of tissue, press over it like this. Just slowly press and release, and you will find it adheres quite well. That's when you get something like your decal fix and you put it over the top. Give it a bit of a shake, I would. Just remembering, just realizing I don't have anything to pop this in. So what I'll do, I'll get one of those. Right, so we can zoom out on this camera now. So yeah, so he's there now. With the decal fix, I am going to just pop it over the top. I don't know if I've used this stuff before. Usually what I do, I'll just get some the main medium and I pop it on that way. After you just take a piece, just take your tissue, put your finger in it like that, so your finger is pressing onto the decal. Make sure it's nice and dry. Just press over it like that. I think what decal fix does, it softens the decal further and then protects it with a layer. So I'm going to try it. But ordinarily what I would normally do is just use the Alaria medium. I'm really soaking that shoulder pad. Now if you can see that there, really saturating it. That might be a bit much. So I'll soak some of it up. Draw it off with the brush. And I'm just going to pop that to one side and let it dry. So that is essentially what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to use, well, I'll use up what I've got there, decal fix, for the remainder. So that's what I'm going to do. So, begin montage. Right, so now I've got them all transferred up. Well, I've done the first set of decals that that I want on there, which is the Blood Angels, sort of wings and like blood drop. I know you can't probably see that. You know the design. So that's the first stage. I'm thinking maybe I don't know why this dude's got one on his right shoulder. I really don't. No idea. Anyway, so I'll have to change that. So I'm thinking I'll have to work on the right shoulder pauldron, whatever they're called, shoulder pads next. So maybe the blood drops, possibly. At any rate, I'm gonna get the shoulder pads painted as well as soon as I work out what colour I'm gonna do. And as I say, I think I'm gonna stick with the silver. I think the silver looks better. I just can't think what company or whatever that is right now, but that's the ones I'm going to be doing. They are on a multitude of different bases. Yes, I'm going to keep them on the bases that they're on. Basically, I'm not that fussed about bases personally. You know, I don't mind, and I like seeing what they wear on. You know, like these 25mm bases as opposed to the bigger ones that they got now. These are the brushes I used. I used a sort of slightly finer one. It's an old small layer Citadel brush for the Lamia medium, which is what I did go with in the end for coating all the decals. So that's where we are at this stage. So yeah, so looking good. They're looking better already with some decals on. So I will come back in another video and we'll see, you know, part 2 of the Apothecary Blood Angels. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. So until the next time, remember, all brushes lead to war. Bye bye, my friends. Bye bye.